the California night gleams, but hidden beneath the glittering neon lights of Los Angeles, dark secrets are germinating. The Sterling Mansion, an icon of power and wealth, sits atop Hollywood Hills, where everything appears perfect to the last millimeter. Theo Sterling, a billionaire real estate mogul with a colossal fortune and eyes filled with desire, reigns supreme over the world he meticulously built. His wife Evelyn, a sophisticated socialite with a glamorous past, seems to have withdrawn from their marital life, leaving a vast emptiness in her wake. And then there's Ethan, their only son, the brilliant young CEO of a leading tech company in Silicon Valley, expected to inherit the Sterling empire. But behind this dazzling facade, Ethan harbors a devastating secret. Isabella Bella Rossi, Ethan's beautiful young wife, a former model and internet sensation whose beauty captivates millions, feels the gnawing loneliness and invisible pressure of childlessness. She craves love, a family's warmth, and above all, the chance to be a mother. In this superficial world, rife with hidden desires, can Bella find her way out of despair, or will she become prey in the deadly game of the powerful? This is a cautionary tale about the price of wealth, the dark currents of desire, and the strength of a woman pushed to her absolute limit. The usual dinner at the Sterling Mansion, typically steeped in cold formality, felt even more suffocating with the presence of its patriarch. Theo Sterling, though well into his 60s, exuded a dangerous masculine allure that few women could resist. His piercing blue eyes, usually sharp and commanding in business dealings, now lingered on his daughter-in-law, Bella Rossi, with an undisguised intensity, like a hunter surveying a prize catch. He skillfully placed a prime cut of steak onto Bella's plate, accompanied by a sly, knowing smile. "We need a little Sterling heir to continue this empire, don't we, my dear?" he murmured. The statement wasn't merely about continuing the bloodline, it was a subtle invitation, a primal hint at the survival and procreation instinct of the Sterling dynasty. Bella, clad in a delicate emerald silk negligee, just barely revealing her alabaster shoulders and long, mesmerizing legs beneath the soft golden light, felt a faint tremor course down her spine. Her figure, once her pride on the catwalk and a tool to attract millions of followers online, now served as a painful reminder of the emptiness in her marriage. Her chest, swelling like a volcano on the verge of eruption, her waist, sculpted into a deadly hourglass curve, each movement radiated a potent sensuality that even the most seasoned women envied. Yet, Ethan, her beloved husband, seemed utterly blind to her beauty, consumed by his career and his personal secrets. Evelyn, the formidable matriarch, shot her husband a look of clear disdain. She knew Theo, knew his old wolf nature, and knew he was concerned with more than just preserving his empire. Evelyn had long grown accustomed to Theo seeking entertainment elsewhere, and was too weary to even care. Their marriage had become a charade named Sterling, where each played their part with professional precision. But their hearts had long since grown cold. Bella felt like a beautiful doll in this opulent mansion, provided with every material comfort, yet utterly devoid of familial warmth and genuine connection. The casual reminder about needing an heir from her father-in-law only deepened her loneliness and the crushing pressure. She longed for a child, for motherhood, but with Ethan growing ever more distant, it all seemed hopelessly out of reach. Could she find a solution, or would she be swallowed whole by this unfulfilled desire? The annual Sterling Global Gala, a glittering event that gathered LA's most influential business and social figures, had become the stage for a sinister scheme. After several glasses of champagne, the atmosphere became more relaxed, and Ethan Sterling, citing business matters, made an early exit. This, he would later claim, was to avoid unnecessary scrutiny and idle chatter. However, it was merely the prelude to what was to come. Theo Sterling, the seasoned billionaire with a confirmed history of philandering, did not miss the opportunity. He coincidentally encountered Chloe Davies, an ambitious young employee at Sterling Global, possessing a snow-white beauty and sharp eyes that betrayed calculated intentions. Chloe, in her form-fitting, provocatively stylish business attire, accidentally revealed her killer curves beneath the dim parking lot lights. She knew Theo, knew his thirst, and recognized this as a golden opportunity to climb the corporate ladder. Chloe's whispers, initially mere sincere thanks for Theo's supposed assistance, quickly escalated into dangerously seductive overtures. She deliberately mentioned her separation from her husband, opening a gateway for the predatory instincts within Theo to resurface. Not long after, Theo's sleek black Mercedes glided through the city streets, carrying Chloe to one of the city's most luxurious hotels. That night, Chloe didn't just enjoy a pleasant evening with the aging billionaire. She meticulously recorded everything. She was no naive girl but a meticulous planner. She knew that the most potent weapon to control a powerful man wasn't love, but secrets that could shatter his career and reputation. Chloe's phone transformed into a secret spyglass, capturing every suggestive gesture and ambiguous word from Theo. However, Chloe's plan didn't stop there. She had calculatedly orchestrated for this evidence to fall into the hands of Evelyn Sterling, Theo's cold and distant wife, a woman of immense pride and a deep-seated hatred for infidelity. Evelyn, upon receiving the scandalous video, could no longer contain her fury. The drama at the Sterling mansion erupted. Shouts, enraged glares, and finally, the decisive act of throwing her husband's clothes out into the yard, a clear declaration of divorce. The marriage, once thought to be unshakable, of Theo and Evelyn now stood on the precipice of collapse, all due to one night of infidelity and the cunning scheme of an ambitious woman. Chloe Davies had achieved her initial success, opening a new, intensely dramatic chapter in the Sterling family saga. While the Sterling marital war raged, Bella Rossi was silently drowning in her own private, agonizing internal conflict. Despite living in luxury, loneliness was her constant companion, especially when she saw carefree children playing on the street, or when her peers flaunted photos of their happy families online. The pressure to conceive, already heavy, felt unbearable as Ethan, her beloved husband, seemed to be running from her and from the issue itself. Whenever Bella subtly suggested a medical consultation, Ethan would either cite his overwhelming workload or dismiss her with platitudes. Bella felt like she was fighting a battle alone, with her partner as an unwilling ally. One day, she confided in Alexia Thorne, a renowned fertility specialist and her closest friend, the only one she could share her most intimate secrets with. Alexia, a sharp and sometimes disturbingly pragmatic woman in her approach to such matters, listened intently. After reviewing Bella's medical history and Ethan's secret checkups, which Bella had covertly obtained, Alexia delivered a cold, hard verdict. Ethan was virtually infertile. This news struck Bella like a dagger to the heart. Despair washed over her, but Alexia refused to let her succumb. "Bella, life never ends at a closed door," Alexia stated with firm resolve. "There are ways that science and technology can help us, but sometimes we have to go beyond what is legally permissible." Alexia then proposed a shocking plan, a scheme so audacious it would shake the very foundations of the Sterling family. Using the seed of her father and Theo Sterling, for in vitro fertilization, IVF, Alexia emphasized that, given the striking resemblance between father and son, and the advancements in technology, the resulting child would appear as Ethan's biological offspring, preserving the Sterling bloodline. This plan, though morally reprehensible, echoed in Bella's mind as she began recalling her accidental encounters with Theo Sterling. She remembered his covetous gaze, his suggestive remarks, and particularly, the moments he deliberately revealed his weapon in her presence. The accidental elevator incidents, and the time Theo self-pleasured in front of her, initially disgusting, now became suggestive clues in her desperate thoughts. She recalled Alexia's words, "Sometimes, we have to go beyond what is legally permissible." Bella, pressured by her longing for motherhood, her profound loneliness, and the subtle temptations from her father-in-law, found her resolve wavering. Could she dare to embark on this path of sin, or would she find a different way out? The California night still gleamed, but within Bella Rossi's heart, a tempest had raged. Alexia Thorne's proposal, however outrageous, shimmered like a faint beacon in her desperate journey. She stood precariously balanced between morality and primal instinct, between her friend's counsel and the burgeoning corrupt thoughts taking root in her mind. Theo Sterling's gaze, no longer just that of a watchful father-in-law, now seemed to hold something deeper, a subtle connection ignited by their accidental encounters and sensitive moments. Bella remembered Alexia's words, "But the desire to be a mother above all else. And if it's the only way, don't hesitate to take it." But where would that path lead her? To a new life filled with the laughter of children, or into an abyss of sin and deception? She looked at her husband, Ethan, lost in his work, and felt an infinite sadness. He was blissfully unaware that the path he believed was the only way to continue the Sterling lineage might be the most cruel deception of all. Theo Sterling, with his predatory nature and newfound excitement at the prospect of becoming a father again, lurked in the shadows, awaiting his chance. Chloe Davies, the architect of this chaos, would she continue her machinations or move on to new prey? Evelyn Sterling, the shrewd but cold matriarch, would she uncover the conspiracies slowly unfolding? Inheritance of Lust had just begun to peel back the dark secrets of the Sterling family. Bella Rossi, a beautiful but deeply wounded woman, now faced a fateful crossroads. Would she be a victim of circumstance, or would she become the manipulator in this dangerous game? The future of the Sterling legacy, the future of suppressed desires, and Bella's own future, hung precariously by a thread, awaiting the next chapter of her story.